All right, good morning, geometry. Just a heads up, this will be the first of 3 videos. We are going over the Chapter 10 test review. So we are going to jump right in with the first page, and that'll be the end of this video. So for the first, looks like 6, everything on the first page, we need to find the area of each figure. We need to label our answer and show all necessary work. So number 1, parallelogram. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. There we go. Area equals base times height, which is 8 times 5.4. Multiply them two together, and you get 43.2 feet squared. We'll go ahead and circle that. There we go. Okay, number 2, we have a triangle. Remember the formula for a triangle: 1/2 times base times height, which is 1/2 times 9.7 times 5.9. Multiply all 3 of those together. Use a calculator for that. Don't do that in your head. 28.6 feet. Whoops, that's not feet. That's inches. Make sure you're including not only your units, but your correct units. Inches squared. Hey, there we go. We did it. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. We're going on to number 3. This time we have a trapezoid. The area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 times the sum of the bases. Base 1 plus base 2. It's not very good looking 2, is it? Eesh. Let's try that again. Base 2, that's good enough, times the height. So 1/2, add up your bases, we got 5.9 plus 11.9 times our height, which is 6.8. So whenever you do all of that math, I'm not going to bother showing all of the algebra there. I'm just going to go right to the answer. We get an area of 60.5. Make sure I include my correct units this time. Kilometers squared. There we go. There's the area for number 3. Number 4, here we have a rhombus. So the area is 1/2 times the first diagonal times the second diagonal. It's not very good, 2. This thing does not want to write 2's very well for me. There we go. So, we know one diagonal. It's this one specifically. So area equals 1/2. Add up the 8 and the 8. Our first diagonal is 16. We don't know the second diagonal. We can find it, though. We're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know why I'm pausing so much. I apologize. We're going to use the Pythagorean theorem in order to help us find the second diagonal. And so remember, that is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. There we go. We know c squared. We at least know c. It's our hypotenuse, the side farthest away from the right angle, 17. I'm going to call a 8. So we have 8 squared plus b squared equals 17 squared. So we have 64 plus b squared equals 289. Ooh, let's see if I can try to squeeze that in there. Equals 289. If you can read that, it's 289. That's what I'm trying to reiterate here. So that means b squared is equal to, if you subtract 64 from both sides, that's 225. Take the square root of each side, and b equals 15. So that means this guy is 15, and down here is 15. 15 plus 15 is 30. So my second diagonal is 30. Now we multiply 1/2 times 16 times 30, and you get a final area of 240. Here we don't know what the units are, so I'm going to say units squared. 240 square units. Come on, let me scroll down. Okay, number 5, number 6. This is a kite. Same formula as a rhombus, though. 1/2 diagonal 1, diagonal 2. Here we've got a 5 and a 3. So my first diagonal is 8. Here I've got a 3 and another 3. So my other one is 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Half of 48 is 24. So 24 centimeters squared is my area. Here, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got a heptagon. This is going to be a regular heptagon. So remember, the area for a regular polygon, 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. Luckily, we can find both with relative ease. So you got 1/2 times our apothem, which is 15. 14.4 times 7 is how we're going to do that to find the perimeter. 14.4 times 7. I apologize for my writing here. Maybe I'll write it below there. Let's try that. Might be a little bit easier. Okay, I need all of this gone. Thank you. Go back to my drawing tool, maybe. There we go. 1/2 times 15 times 14.4 times 7, because there are 7 sides. 14.4 times 7 will give us our perimeter. Multiply everything together, and you should get 756. And again, we don't have units, so I'm just going to specifically write units squared. All right, and that's the first page done. So if you've got other questions about any of the problems, stick around. I'm going to be making 2 more videos on this review. So we will see you shortly.